a compilation of my dives in the Maldives this summer. And I've been to the Maldives earlier, like 12 years ago, to find some whale sharks, and we didn't see them. So I thought I had to go back to see the whale sharks. And then we made a couple of dives at the place where there's supposed to be whale sharks, and they were not there. So these are all other videos. So you see turtles, you see octopus. One thing I like about diving is that it's very like it's meditation. It's you have to breathe easily or like in a very equal pace to make it worth like don't go to the surface and stuff. And you see a lot of nice stuff like these little birds, little fishies. There's a lot of well, actually, let's wait for the next part. This guy in front of here, the black and red one, is actually the juvenile of the other one. So when you don't see that, it's like, what is this kind of fish? And a lot of juvenile fish have like different colors than their parent fish. And well, there's an occasional diver somewhere. And there's a lot of species living together, like the Nemo fishes, the anemone fishes. And in this, you see a little, very little fish on stick coral, and it provides cleaning services for the coral, like this shrimp here. And this is a symbiosis between a little lobster that's blind, so he makes the hole, and the little goby, he protects he watches out for danger, and when danger comes, they have a little connection, and they both go into the hole. And in this case, the yellow trumpet fish, he hides in a school of yellow fish to not be noticed by predators. And actually, such a school of fish is so wonderful because you can go into this little school or big school and you'll be totally surrounded by the fish. The cuttlefish, like I love the way their skirt is like how they move and they're really sweet. And you have them in Holland too, where they lay their eggs. And of course, one of the most beautiful creatures under the water is the manta ray. I love the way they move their wings and just seem to fly through the water. If you look carefully, there's a second one on the upper left corner. I didn't see that while I was diving because I was so amazed by this creature that I just filmed and didn't want to get him out of my sight. And of course, this is a presentation about sharks. So there were sharks. It's SharkFest. So this is a gray reef shark, and yeah, I love the way they move, and it's one of my main things to spot when I'm diving. These are like 2-3 meters. Yeah. Yeah, just be quiet for a while. I can't stop watching these movies. Like this whole school of sharks, it's so amazing to be like really close to them and seeing them move, and yeah, it's quite a hobby, I think. This was in the Maldives. Yeah, the Maldives they're like they're a large group of islands, and there's a lot of current, so it's more difficult. This is the nurse shark that we took while we were on the boat, and we put a light down to attract them. And there, of course, is the whale shark. It's about 6 meters. This was while snorkeling, so this is the touristic spot for whale sharks. So, but I was looking at it, and it decided to turn to me. So it's actually inhaling the bubbles or eating the bubbles of the divers. And then it decided to just go right past me. It's such a beautiful animal. And so I always wanted to see a whale shark while diving, and this was while snorkeling. I've seen whale shark before while snorkeling in Mozambique. But then on the last dive, we were really pleased that somewhere in the distance, a whale shark also turned up. So that's it's actually, the first part is, I had to cut it down, but the first part was like a really gray, like I see something there, and so I swam to it, and then this beautiful animal turned up, and that was on the last dive, and yeah, it was a really, really wonderful holiday. So thank you.